In the late 1980s, an experienced accountant sat at his desk, watching a computer being installed in his office. He wasn't worried. After all, he had spent years mastering his profession. He knew the rules. He understood the numbers. People trusted his expertise. The computer was just another machine. At least, that's what he thought. A few months later, something interesting began to happen. One of the younger employees learned the new accounting software. Tasks that once took hours were now completed in minutes. Reports appeared faster. Calculations became automatic. Work that once required years of experience was suddenly becoming much easier. The accountant didn't lose his job overnight. In fact, most people didn't. Something more subtle happened. Knowledge that was once difficult to access became easier to find. The people who learned the new tools became more productive. The people who ignored them slowly fell behind. And for the first time, many experienced professionals found themselves asking an uncomfortable question. If anyone can do this now, what makes me different? History has asked this question many times before. When computers arrived, when the internet arrived, when smartphones arrived. And today, the same question is being asked again. Only this time, the technology is called artificial intelligence. But before we decide whether AI is a threat or an opportunity, we need to understand something important. This isn't really a story about technology. It's a story about what happens when the rules change. Whenever a new technology appears, most people don't react with excitement. They react with uncertainty, not because they are lazy, not because they are incapable, but because change creates a difficult question. What happens when the thing that made you valuable is no longer rare? For years, Alex knew exactly where he stood. He had spent decades building knowledge, experience, and trust. The rules were familiar. The path was clear. Then, the rules started changing. The computer wasn't the real challenge. The challenge was what the computer represented. A future where some of the skills he had spent years mastering suddenly became easier to access. And that feeling wasn't unique to Alex. History is full of people who faced the same moment. Typists felt it when word processors arrived. Travel agents felt it when booking websites appeared. Photographers felt it when digital cameras replaced film. Every generation faces its own version of the same question. What happens when something that once made you valuable becomes available to everyone? Today, that same question is being asked once again. Software developers are asking it. Designers are asking it. Writers are asking it. Students are asking it. Even experts are asking it. But history suggests something interesting. The people who succeeded were rarely the ones who resisted change. They were the ones who learned how to use it. Because the real competition was never humans versus technology. It was adaptation versus resistance. If every generation has faced technological change, why does this one feel so different? The answer isn't that AI is more intelligent than humans, and it isn't that AI can suddenly do everything. The real change is much simpler. For most of history, expertise was expensive. If you wanted legal advice, you hired a lawyer. If you wanted financial advice, you hired an accountant. If you wanted a professional logo, you hired a designer. If you wanted to produce a documentary, you needed a writer, a voice artist, an editor, and often an entire production team. Expertise wasn't valuable because it was magical. It was valuable because very few people had access to it. Today, that is beginning to change. A student can learn from an AI tutor. A small business owner can build a marketing plan. A programmer can solve unfamiliar problems more quickly. A creator can produce work that once required an entire team. The technology hasn't made people more talented overnight. It has made powerful capabilities available to ordinary people. And that may be the biggest shift we have seen since the arrival of the internet.
We are standing on the brink of a new era.
At this point, it's easy to reach the wrong conclusion. If AI gives everyone access to the same knowledge, does that mean expertise no longer matters? Not at all. History suggests the opposite. When calculators became common, mathematicians didn't disappear. When cameras became digital, great photographers didn't disappear. When computers entered offices, successful accountants didn't disappear. The tools became available to everyone. But the people who knew how to use those tools effectively moved even further ahead. The same thing is happening with AI. Two people can ask the same question. One receives a simple answer. The other uncovers an idea that changes the way they work. The difference isn't the tool, it's the person using it. AI can generate information, but it can't decide which information truly matters. It can suggest ideas, but it can't understand your goals, your values, or your judgment. The people who benefit most from AI won't necessarily be the people who know the most. They'll be the people who ask better questions, think more clearly, and keep learning faster than the world around them. Let's go back to the accountant we met at the beginning of this story. The computer didn't decide his future. His decision did. He could spend the next few years proving that the old way was better. Or he could spend those same years learning the new one. Every generation eventually faces this choice. Not just accountants, not just programmers, not just designers, all of us. Because technology has never waited for anyone, but it has always rewarded the people who were willing to learn. The arrival of AI doesn't mean human potential is becoming less valuable. It means human potential is being challenged to grow once again. Perhaps the most important question isn't, will AI replace me? It's, what kind of person will I become because AI exists? History has already given us the answer. The people who thrive are rarely the ones who fear the future. They are the ones who become curious enough to understand it. The tools will continue to change. The rules will continue to change. But one thing has remained true throughout history. The future has always belonged to those who never stop learning.
This new system actually makes a lot of sense once you get started.
The controls are different.
But it is far more precise.
It helps us track everything in real time.
Before you go, I'd love to hear your experience. Has AI changed the value of your skills? Or has it changed the way you work, learn, or solve problems? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them, and many of your experiences inspire ideas for future stories. And if this documentary gave you a new way of looking at AI, consider subscribing. We're just getting started. I'll see you in the next story.